Well, hey everyone, welcome once again to Mississippi Scoreboard Friday Night Live, presented by Performance Therapy. Performance Therapy, 14 locations across the state. Comprehensive care, hands-on treatment, proven results, Performance Therapy. I am your host, TJ Werre. We are going live from the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum in Jackson. Thanks again for joining us. If this is your first time, basically a red zone channel for high school football, trying to give you the biggest plays, biggest scores, and biggest moments from every Friday night of high school football in the regular season here in the great state of Mississippi. Let's take a look at the games we're going to be trying to break into tonight. Here it is. Here's the rundown. How about Clinton 0-2 and Brandon 0-2? This is 79th meeting all-time between the two teams. Clinton leads the all-time series 35-1. Holmes County Central versus Canton Academy. You got Holmes County's 2-0, and then you have Canton Academy, the defending 3A champ in the MAIS. Germantown 1-1 at Warren Central 1-1. Warren Central has won all four all-time meetings. Then you have two 2-0 teams, Madison Central 2-0 at Gulfport, who is also 2-0, and Madison Central is 2-0 all-time against the Admirals. Speaking of 2-0, Oak Grove is 2-0. They're taking on Hattiesburg tonight. Oak Grove has won the last four meetings in this series. Then there's Oxford hosting Grenada. Oxford trails the all-time series 18-22-1, but has won the last 8 games in this series. Then you have Tupelo 2-0 hosting 1-1 Hernando. Tupelo has only given up 7 points in their first 2 games. And then there's Jackson Prep and Jackson Academy. Prep is 3-0, JA 4-0. Prep, the defending 6A champs in the MAIS, and they're playing at JA at the Brickyard. So we mentioned we are sponsored by Performance Therapy. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Hello, my name's Taylor Wilson. I'm the physical therapist at the Crystal Springs location. Here at Crystal Springs, we offer a variety of services for physical therapy, such as LSVT Big for our Parkinson's population, dry needling, cupping, blood flow restriction training for our athletes, and even vestibular rehab. Here we treat a wide array of different diagnoses, such as sports-related injuries, post-op patients, work-related conditions, neurological conditions, geriatrics, balance, and fall prevention as well. I think one thing special about our clinic that sets us apart is we're all local, which helps us kind of form a relationship with the patients in the community. We're kind of all from here, so it makes it kind of a warm, welcoming environment. I also like to think of performance therapy as a family, which is the exact environment we try to create for our patients as soon as they walk in the door. Here at Crystal Springs, we're very active in our community. We have participated in our local farmers market, and we have done some balance screenings there for the community. We've also participated in local school career days for middle school kids. And we also host a coffee club once a week for former and current patients, which is just a good way to get everyone in here and socialize. If you are in the Crystal Springs area, you can contact us directly or contact our other 14 locations within the state. We are Performance Therapy, comprehensive care, hands-on treatment, proven results.
All right, thanks again to Performance Therapy, 14 locations across the state. We really appreciate you sponsoring the show and making all of this possible. So it's time to start going to some games. And the first game we were going to feature is JA and Prep, but Prep just kicked a field goal to make it 12-0. So we were kind of caught waiting for teams to come out at halftime. As I'm looking at my monitor, we got a lot of bands on the field or a lot of teams warming up. So we're waiting for Prep and JA to come back, and that's where we're going to go. An interesting fact about Prep and JA, both of them have second-year head coaches, and both of them came from Alabama to Mississippi to take over their respective gigs. You got Doug Goodwin at Jackson Prep. He's a former Ole Miss and Auburn assistant coach, and he was inducted in the Alabama High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame in 2015. And then over at JA, you have Aubrey Blackwell, and he has spent the majority of his coaching career in Alabama. He won 3 region championships and was a state runner-up in 2020. He's got a 66-30 career record. And speaking of Prep and JA, it is 10-0. That was an extra point I saw. So here come the Raiders taking on Jackson Prep. JA getting the ball for the first time in the third quarter. That's where we're going.
10 straight games dating back to last year. Raiders trying to make it 5 in a row here to start this year. Matheson quickly releases to Dre Terry. He's going to have to come back to the football, and Micah Stallworth nearly had the interception. Had he turned around earlier, he probably would have.
Yeah, he was on top of him there. That was good defense.
Stallworth has been assigned to Dre Terry tonight, you can tell. Boy, he had that in his arms. That might have been a breakup by Dre Terry now that I look back at that. 2nd and 10, and that was one thing Coach Aubrey Blackwell talked about. We have to complete the ball downfield.
Well, you need a play like that to get your offense sparked, and unfortunately we hadn't had a big play like that tonight, so I still go with Tommy. Get it to the middle of the field.
Edwards and New swap spots in their guard positions. Ben Watson the center. Hands it back, and there's DJ Watkins. He's got space and gets it to almost the 30-yard line as he's brought down by Turner Reeves.
About a yard short.
So that'll be 3rd and 1. And the Raiders going quickly. Not even 10 seconds off the play clock. Back to Watkins again. Watkins finds the first down and more. Oh, mercy. He is driven hard down by Matthew Murley.
I'll tell you what, that was a good tackle there by Murley from Prep. Boy, he put his helmet in his chest there.
Watkins popped up and is still out there. I'd be on the ground asking for the trainer. Mercy. Matheson throws underneath to Bo Barber, and Barber couldn't quite make the grab. It started to cut upfield before he secured the pass.
Made the move before he watched the ball go into his hands.
And that's something that will get better for Barber. He's been in and out of the lineup due to injury, so he hasn't had as much chemistry with Matheson, so he's still trying to find that as the senior looks for an opportunity to really make a difference for the Raiders. 9:01 to play in quarter number 3. Prep so far leading this one 10-0. As Matheson accepts another somewhat low snap. Pressure comes, he steps up, looks downfield, has Barber down there. Can he connect with him? Oh, just in and out of his hands again, as that was right coming over Matthew Lassiter, got in his vision, I think, and forced that drop ball.
Hit him in the hands. I tell you, that's what Coach Blackwell was talking about right there. Difference between making a play and not is just a few inches.
He'd love to have that one back.
He will be thinking about that one later.
So 3rd and 10. Raiders yet to connect on a long pass. The defense comes out of the tent hoping they don't have to go right back out there again. Raiders, after going quickly on those last couple of plays, have slowed things down a little bit, running some play clock here. Can Matheson and the Raiders convert on 3rd down? Been a difficult task tonight, and it doesn't happen again here as Bristol Robertson, the intended target, can't get to that football, and it's a punting situation now for J.A.
I tell you, I think you got to give Matheson credit. You're talking about a sophomore. This is a huge game for him. That previous pass was right on the money. He put it on his fingers, and so I see good things from the offense. I see the changes they made, but they've got to execute. That's the issue right now, execution.
They're just one big play away from getting right back in this game. Nicholas Harris, here comes the
Great
bull rush. And he got this way off back to the 20-yard line, and the Raider return team is a negative return back inside the 20 by Dawkins and Maddox Greer.
Well, he flipped the field with that punt. That was the kind of punt that makes a big difference because now they got to go 80 yards instead of, 50.
Wow, they backed it up to the 22 even though he ran backwards. Oh, wow. I guess they called it forward progress? Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting on a punt reception, but they did, so that's the call.
Yeah, and you gotta deal with it and move forward. The Raiders now at their own the Patriots at their own 22-yard line, because he's fighting for it right there, back to the 18. That's kind of probably where it should have been, but nonetheless, Raiders will take over with 8:37 to go. The Patriots will take over with 8:37 to go, and Jay really needs a defensive stop here in a big way. Don't need to go down 3 scores to Jackson Prep right now. Puckett, Womack fakes, or gives the fake to Womack, and now will fire another long ball downfield intended for his brother, and Puckett is driven out by Meacham after the missed opportunity there. Second down and 10.
You asked earlier what's going through your head as a defense right now. It's pride. Your offense is struggling. Defensively, you've got them back 80 yards from the end zone. It's time to step up, make plays, and make them punt the ball so you can give your offense another shot.
Both teams have had 30-plus plays. Jay 32, Prep now 33. Difference is Prep has 209 yards of offense, averaging 6 yards a play. Raiders just 87 yards of offense, just about 3 yards a play. Womack had the Raider turf grab him with Greer and Fagan Daniel nearing the vicinity.
The Raider 12th man brought him down on that one.
Ball to the 20, or maybe the 23 there. There it is, just that tough cut there. Good to see Womack back in after missing last year's game. I know he's glad to be back in this opportunity as a senior.
Yeah, you like to see that. Seniors getting to come back and play. You know his family's excited. Big deal.
Under 8 minutes, a big deal here for the Raider defense. Can they get a stop and get the ball back? Down 10-0. Puckett looking for a conversion again. It's Darion Albert trying to get to the quarterback, and a pressure forced a quick throw downfield. TJ Smith in coverage.
You're exactly right. The defensive line got penetration. When Puckett has to step back and he doesn't have time, it's harder for him to make completions, and you saw it there.
So far, Puckett 11 for, I believe, 20 now. Just hadn't updated quite yet. 134 yards. And there it goes. Oh, just did catch the update button there. 4th down and 9 to go. Back to receive. CJ Banks standing in his own 47. As the punt is high. And really, yep, fair catch signal for a smart play there by CJ Banks. A flag flies on the return. And that might go against the Raiders here and back them up even further.
Well, that's unfortunate if it does, because you look back to the punt we made earlier. We gained 25 yards on that punt exchange, but penalty may negate that.
And yep, looks like it's going to be tacked on to the end of the return here against JA. It is a hold.
It sounds cliche, but the little thing.
All right, so Jackson Prep still up 10-0 on JA. Germantown and Warren Central are out of halftime, and it looks like Warren Central is going to start with the ball. Up 14-0. Warren Central 1-1 on the air. So are the Mavericks. Germantown lost to Northwest Rankin 35-28 and then beat Canton 54-20. Meanwhile, Warren Central beat Clinton 28-7 and lost a heartbreaker in overtime to Pearl. Warren Central led by 14th year head coach Josh Morgan. He's reached the playoffs every year since 2012, and he is 5 wins away from 100 in his career. One of the best to do it in Mississippi and one of the nicest guys. And what's really great about him, if you ever get some time, look up on YouTube Josh Morgan, like laying the boom. And there's this video of him when he was at Mississippi State just crushing someone. It's amazing. Anyway, we'll be bouncing between Germantown, Warren Central, and Jackson Prep and JA for a little bit. All right, looks like we do not have audio for Germantown and Warren Central, so I might be trying to do the best play-by-play job I can do. Let's now go back to Prep and JA, as JA is now in Prep territory, trying to get on the board. Handoff there, gets about 4 yards. So let's stick here, and if we see something happen in Warren Central and Germantown, we'll go back there. But we'll stay here with Prep and JA.
Gain of 3, they say. 2nd and 7.
Terry's getting treated for cramps right now on the sideline.
They definitely need his presence back on the field. John White, Brister Robertson. Near side targets for Matheson. They'll send him in motion.
Coming with the
blitz, and Matheson smartly, boy, what a head on that young kid's shoulders to know to get out of the pocket so he can throw it away, because there was nothing open downfield.
Heads up play. If he could have gotten somebody behind the linebacker in secondary, probably would have been open, but the play call wasn't there, and he smartly just threw it out of bounds to live to fight another day.
When you can save down in distance, boy, it's something.
Well, again, you're talking about a sophomore who, again, was playing junior high football last year. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Jay should be real proud of his effort tonight. I just wish some guys could get some plays for him.
Now Carter. Perfect snap this time, and of course a flag flies.
False start.
30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Tupelo Zachorian Baskins, number 31, basking in the glory. The 5'7", 140-pound sophomore takes it 80 yards to the house. How you like that, Dylan?
Hey, that's some momentum, right? Trying to gain a little bit more after halftime. That is instant impact for the Golden Wave special teams. Is just a fantastic effort. Last week it was a fake punt. This week it's a kick return to open the second half.
And as ABBA, the Swedish supergroup, once said, can you hear the drums, Hernando? Well, it might have been Fernando, but they're starting to hear the drums on that Hernando sideline. Gideon Deaton's extra point is up, and it is good. 11:48 to go in the third quarter after the 80-yard kick return by Baskins. Tupelo.
The beautiful pipes of my good friend Andy Lee. Touchdown, Tupelo. Tupelo up 27-0 now. Tupelo leading the all-time series against Hernando, 7-1. Hernando got its first win in the series in 2020. So we're back at Prep and JA. JA having a punt back to the Patriots.
Patriots just did, and it was not Stallworth, I don't think, back there. Or was it? Couldn't tell. Was it Stallworth or Major Quinn? I could not, just looked up and it was Major, okay. I thought I saw Major back there, but I wasn't sure. So the ball is going to be inside the 10. Raiders got what they wanted.
Well, you had coach's comments before the game. He said, is it going to be the guy that takes the gift or gives the gift? They just gave us a gift, and unfortunately we couldn't take it.
But maybe they can take advantage of the short field or the long field here and being in the shadow of their own goalpost.
That's for sure. 92 yards to go. That's where you want them to be. Defense needs to take pride and stop each play.
5:43 to go. Third quarter action. Puckett in the shadow of his own goalpost will look to clear out some of the yardage by himself. And he will throw back. Was he across the line of scrimmage? I think he stayed in the right spot, and he finds, I believe that is Peyton Puckett with the catch. And yardage out to about the 20. It looks like a first down. Wow, what a play.
He was looking for about a...
All right, let's check in on Canton Academy and Holmes County Central for the first time tonight. During the third quarter, Holmes County Central had a humongous first half. They're up 47-14, and they have the ball here in the third quarter. Holmes County off to a 2-0 start. Going into tonight, they had not given up a point all season. Won their first game against Vicksburg 25-0. Then they beat Greenville Christian 45-0. They got some studs, defensive line. Terrence Hibbler is a 3-star player committed to Mississippi State. And they're led by Marcus Rogers. He's in his 6th season with a 43-20 record. Let's hang out here for a little bit.
Stop by Adams on the Panthers.
First time the Jaguars have stopped themselves tonight. Second and about 11. Second and 11 for the Jaguars. 3 wideouts again, 2 split backs in the backfield. Here's the snap and the give. It's number 1. Boy, he is quick. He'll have the first down. Excuse me. No, he'll bring up a third down and about 7 yards for the Jaguars. Quick handoff to the back that was split to the right, and now we've got another flag on the play, it looks like.
60-yard touchdown pass by Madison Central. They strike on the second offensive play of the second half to go up in this ball game, Bob.
They sent Singleton in motion to the far side, and he became a blocker for Jaden Johnson. A lateral pass to the backfield, and he was able to heave it down the field for the big Brick City Drug touchdown. Here's the CIA Autoplex extra point. It's up. It's good. That's what we needed for the Jags to be on top. A quick score, and that's what we got.
Passing game. I said a passing game's got to work.
That's it. That's
well,
it.
It did.
You dialed it up. 10-7 your score. Madison Central on top of Gulfport. 11:09 to go here in the Mosquito Boss third quarter. We'll take a
off to the races very quickly. A lot of speed on this team.
Lampkin for the Panthers. And Primer.
Stop the clock while they move the chains. Under 10 minutes down this third quarter. Jaguars overcome the 2 penalties they had earlier in this drive. Same formation. They're going to quarterback keeper this time. And boy, he better secure that football. And he takes the ball down to about the Panther 21-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and about 2. 2nd and 2 with 9:20 in the ball in the third quarter. Excuse me.
About 9 yards. Second down.
Clock runs now with 9 minutes, 3 seconds. 2 split backs, and we've got an official coming from the far side. See what they're going to converse. Okay. Some type of violation against the Jaguars.
Substitution violation.
Oh, it was a late substitution violation. A lot of miscues by the Jaguars in this drive to be in such good position. Going to throw the ball out into the left end, and the ball is taken. Oh, man, incomplete pass. Good breakup by the Panthers. It will bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Holmes County Central.
Pass intended for Landfair. Primer with the coverage for the Panthers.
Jackson Adams tonight, the senior defensive nose tackle for the Panthers, has played very well tonight. Actually, the left defensive end. Panthers in a three-down man set, running to the outside and taking the ball straight up the field for the Jaguars. I can't, it's really hard, folks, with these gray jerseys and red numbers to make out a lot of times who is in on the play for the Jaguars. They got a first down on the play. They move the chains, and it's clock runs with 8 minutes and 8 seconds in this third quarter. Again, 2 wideouts to this right side, 1 to the left, and 2 split backs behind the quarterback out of the shotgun position. Panthers bring the blitz, and they're going to bring him down with a short gain. One Panther forced the issue. That was number 4, William Pace, who got in the backfield, forced the play back inside. Not a lot of gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
No gain on the play. Hughes with the stop.
Kendarius Brown, the wide out, coming to the near side here. Quick give this time off left tackle. Made a couple of Panthers miss. He is in close. We'll see where they mark him. They're going to mark him down. From my vantage point, very difficult to see where he might be. From the camera angle that you have, we're actually 1 level lower than that. And difficult at times to see. This is going to be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Jaguars. Here's the give off the right side. Big push. No indication just yet. Not a touchdown. The ball is going to be marked very close to the goal line.
Block to the one.
Be second down, and they're on the 1 yard line. Got big Jamon Blackman coming back in for the Panthers. And, boy, they bring him down. I don't think he got it. Panthers pushing backwards. I didn't see a flag on the play. Blackman was late getting into, he was on sides, but he wasn't set nor down for the Panthers. Third down from the 1 yard line. Panthers holding tough.
Third down.
Let's see if the Panthers can make a statement on third down.
At the 1.
Jaguars come to the line. They've been in the same formation. Now they've got 4 wideouts. They're going to spread the Panthers out just a little bit more. Quarterback back to throw. Now he's going to, it looks like he's going to run. Panthers going to bring him down. A Panthers hold on 3rd and 1. And he's going to go backwards. It's going to be fourth down and 4 from the 4 yard line. Boy, this would be a statement if the Panthers could hold them out here.
4th and goal from the 3.
4th and goal for the Jaguars. Again, 4 wideouts, 1 split back out of the shotgun. Man in motion this time. Quarterback keeper off the right side. And I think the Panthers have held. No, they did not score. Panthers hold on 4th down. What an outstanding job.
All right, so Canton Academy stops Holmes County Central from getting into the 50-point territory as they get a 4th down stop. We're going to go over to Madison Central and Gulfport now. We saw that touchdown for Madison Central to give them a 10-7 lead there in the 3rd quarter against the Admirals. This is just the 3rd time these two teams have met. Madison Central is 2-0 this year. They have wins over Ocean Springs and Brandon. This is the first time they've met since 2014. Meanwhile, Gulfport also 2-0 with 2 big wins, 42-0 versus Gaucher and 52-14 versus Van Cleve. It's 3rd and 18 for the Jags.
Picarella.
Yeah, stay there for a minute.
Going to be hit again in the backfield, all the way back to like the 3 yard line.
They got a 3-man front, but they're bringing pressure from the linebacker. So
Dead?
Jack Richardson will check in. Try to punish ball away. He'll be deep in the end zone.
Yep,
the ball now is on about the 3 yard line.
Back deep for the Admirals, Prince Cottingham.
This is going to get interesting.
Richardson will have his feet right on the goal line, so there's a penalty flag on the play.
Big against
Grenada and Oxford are back. We haven't talked
we
about
should
that.
give Richardson a little bit of room in the end zone.
Ooh, Oxford's about
Defense was in
to
a
pull up
neutral
Oxford
zone.
real quick.
So a little bit of breathing room for Madison Central.
Yeah, Richardson had hardly any room back there.
He spins inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5. He's diving for the end zone. No signal yet. It is a touchdown. What a run by Jay Brown. Nice spinning play. Stayed on his feet as he stumbled around the 5, and he was able to dive into the end zone for the touchdown. How about Jay Brown coming out on that drive after struggling in the first half? He comes up with an impressive.
Don, one official signal touchdown, the other one didn't, but they will say it's extra point.
So a 13-yard run for Brown. That is his 2nd touchdown this season, and now the Chargers are going to go for the extra point to cut it to 2. Wilkinson out of the hold of Peter Grandjean. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Chargers have cut it to 2 with 9:16 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. Grenada 16, Oxford 14. We'll be right back.
Gulfport Williams will keep it, but he hit right at the line of scrimmage and dropped right there.
I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he did. Gained maybe a half a yard on the play.
It's like Corey Robinson on the tackle.
But at 6'5", if he can fall forward, he can get a yard or two.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. I've done that before.
Yeah, you can relate.
Yeah, exactly. Now I just roll.
Yeah, bounce.
Receiver to the near side. One of the far man in motion coming to the near side as well. 2nd down and 9 for Gulfport. Quick throw to the receiver.
All right, we're going to try something new for the first time here on Mississippi Scoreboard Friday Night Live, presented by Performance Therapy. We got a double box. We got to go quick because Tupelo is about to score. Look at Tupelo on your right-hand side of the screen. That's a touchdown for Tupelo. You can hear Andy Lee all the way from Tupelo right now. Touchdown, Tupelo. So Tupelo pulling away from Hernando as the Golden Wave continue to do what they do best and score a lot of points and not give up a lot of points. As here's a touchdown run on the instant replay. So it was 27-0, make it 33-0 with a PAT pending. Tupelo well on its way to a 3-0 start. They're going to go to Oxford next week, and then they're at Houston in Tennessee. That's in the Memphis area. And then they've got West Point at home to complete their non-region schedule before they get to 7A Region 2. So, or do they call that back? Wow, I did all that talking, and it didn't count. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, we'll wait for things to get sorted out. Keeping an eye on Madison Central and Gulfport. Still 10-7 there. And then we got Prep and JA. Still 10-0 there, but Prep looks like they are putting a drive together. Patriots looking to keep their undefeated season alive. Both teams are. Now Tupelo's got a completion. They're inside the 20. Let's go live to Tupelo.
Tackled by Devin Gaines, and a Brooks Grocery first down for the Golden Wave. Just a nice pitch and catch from Harold to Westmoreland.
Yeah, sterile, just a clean pass that time from Harold across on that little slant route, and that was a bad snap back to Harold. He was down on the ground picking that one up.
4:50 to go. Tupelo up 27-0, 1st and 10 from the red zone, the 17-yard line, and we got some pre-snap motion. Hernando certainly jumped, but we'll see if he was abated.
Encroachment.
All right. So push him up 5 more yards after the encroachment penalty. 1st and 5 Golden Wave from the Hernando 12-yard line.
4:35 and counting left in the 3rd.
Harrell remains in the shotgun. The H-back is Cockrell. The handoff is to Quay, looking for some room on the right side. He'll get inside the 10-yard line before Devin Gaines can make the tackle. So after the penalty, awfully close to a 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 2. 2nd and 1 for the Golden Wave. Here under 4 to go in this 3rd quarter with Tupelo on top 27-0.
It feels like Quay Middlebrooks' drive, doesn't it?
Yes,
Seems
it does.
to be the theme, and that's usually a good thing.
JJ might be in the doghouse a little bit after the fumble, but he won't be in there long. He's had such a sensational year. Back shoulder throw. And bobbled and incomplete. Westmoreland, incredible concentration as Sean Scott was there in coverage. He juggled, and I guess they said he was out of bounds when he brought it in. Must be the call on the field.
Yeah, fantastic effort. Of course, that's so far away for us. That's a different zip code, isn't it? We can't make any call, but a fantastic effort after the ball was tipped. It's tough to go back shoulder there, but just right over the defender, and Marion gave it his best go at it.
Good 2nd down play. 3rd and short. Quay in the backfield. 2 receivers to the boundary side, 1 out wide. The handoff is to Quay, and he zigzags to the outside. He's going to find the pylon. Touchdown! Tupelo. Quay Middlebrooks from 4 yards.
All right, there's the touchdown for Tupelo. I don't see any flags on the field. So 33-0 PAT coming. Now we're going to go to Madison Central and Gulfport. No, we're not. There's a timeout. Okay, let's go to Prep and JA then. Prep is trying to add to its 10-0 lead, but we will jump back to Madison Central and Gulfport once they come back out of that timeout. Gulfport trying to either tie or take the lead there.
Jackson Academy wants to talk about it, and we'll let him hear and come back right after this on the Raider Network.
My name's Jake Manning. I'm here with
Line breaks a tackle to the 45 to the 50. It's a first down in Oxford territory across the way, and that is Drew Barnes on the catch. And Barnes is going to pick up about 17 yards on a first down. So gain of 17 for Barnes, his second catch tonight. First and 10 at the 48. Fair in a hurry. Little swing pass, caught at midfield. Down to the 44-yard line, a gain of 4 yards that time on the little swing pass. Again, that was Barnes on the catch. Number 18 is going to bring up second down and sits at the 44. Fair's going to throw again. Fair's going deep. Fly routes, got his man out there, and it's broken up. Good defensive play that time by the corner as he reached out. Knocked it away.
The 14. Handoff to the back. To the 11. Down to the 10. I think it's going to be a little short there, Baxter. It looks like about 5 yards short.
Third about 3. But in fourth down, it'll be in field goal range. So let's see if
yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to kick. It looks like they're going to go for it here on fourth down.
In 4 down territory.
4th and 5 from the 9-yard line.
Timeout.
And Gulfport's going to take a Trustmark timeout. We will as well. 3:59 to go here in the Mosquito Ball's third quarter. Madison Central 10. Gulfport 7 right here on the MC Big Blue Network.
Offense on the field right now, Don.
I'll tell you what, defensively, he has played lights out tonight. You couldn't ask for more from Mr. Archie.
Back to the 16, a loss of 2.
And remember, a field goal keeps it up. You can come back with 2 touchdowns, so that's a big deal if they can hold them here.
No question.
Yeah, I was about to say, I almost anticipate this being 4 down territory for Jackson Prep.
They're going to talk about it again, and we'll let them as well here on the Raider Network.
He's approaching 200 yards. He's going to take that ball, and Nate Blunt's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Tack another 8 on it.
And just shook a guy off of him as he got across the goal line.
Bulldogs now at 30 in the ball game.
All right, so the first time we get a look at Clinton and Brandon. Brandon off to an 0-2 start for the first time since 2020, but they look like they're well in command now. They're early in the fourth quarter. It is 30-10 over the Arrows. Brandon trying to get the first win of the year. Clinton also now staring 0-3 in the face. Let's go back to Grenada and Oxford. Remember, we mentioned at the top of the show, Oxford has a stranglehold on this series. They've won their last 8 against Grenada, but right now Grenada with a 16-14 lead. Let's go back to Oxford.
McGee's trying to turn a corner, jumps the man, gets to the 45 to the 47. He's close to a first down. Actually, that's Brown, excuse me, not Pegues.
Didn't get a great spot. They're going to say he's about a yard short, but nonetheless a good run, a little hurdle there by the runner.
Gain of 7, 3rd and 1 at the 47. Here's a quick snap, and it's going to be a first down for Brown into Grenada territory, down to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 6. James Brown now all of a sudden, then he has 66 yards rushing.
Yeah, Chargers staying that hurry-up offense, really putting Grenada on their heels on defense.
They're going to call it a gain of 7. They'll spot it at the Grenada 46. Here's a give. This is Pegues, and Pegues spins his way to the 44. Picks up 2. Jamarian Pegues,
as you mentioned earlier.
A field goal try here of what will be 33 yards. Get a good look at it from behind there. It is just to the wide right. It stays wide right. The Raiders hold. It stays 10-0 with 8 minutes left on the clock. Tommy B, how big was that stop?
Guys, that's huge. Now, the thing is, you've got to do something with this opportunity that you've been given. As Phillips alluded to all night, this is a gift. You've got to take it and put it to use.
The Raiders have not done well with gifts tonight. They've been Indian givers, giving them back.
Well, they need to take this.
All right, let's check on Oak Grove and Hattiesburg for the first time tonight. Oak Grove up 16-6. Remember, they had that big win at Hoover, Alabama last week in overtime. You saw it here on Mississippi Scoreboard Friday Night Live, presented by Performance Therapy. And now they are at Hattiesburg trying to win their 5th in a row in this series. They've got an interesting game coming up next week. They're going to be hosting MRA in one of their final 2 non-region games. Let's hang out here for a minute.
So to see if the Warriors decide to go still between the tackles or maybe pull it out of Champagne's belly and roll with an option to pass or run it in.
So it looks like we've got confusion. Hattiesburg, a little confused, doubles to either side. There were 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. That was Nemo Taylor and Damari Jefferson. And
Continue to talk about how heady this young man is. And they did throw the flag, but boy, he sure looked like he was outside the tackle box. But we'll see. We'll see if they call that on Prep or Jay, but no, they're going to mark it off against the Raiders. Wow, they called grounding. I don't know about that one. Again, I'm not down there, and I don't see where the box is, but
that one had to be close.
You would feel like it, right?
I guess we'll see it here, won't we?
Yeah. So you think about the hash mark where it is, and he's well outside the hash mark, but I don't know, maybe he didn't get it beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that would have to be what they call, because he was well outside the hash.
Tough loss for the Raiders all the way back to the 15-yard line. Includes the loss of down, of course. And he misfires Childress.
I mean, I'm more than just a simple salesman and a voice on Friday night. You know,
you're definitely more than that. I'll guarantee you that. Here we go.
Here we go. Heavy package for the Warriors. Play fake and confusion. Ball on the turf. And it looks like Hattiesburg may have fallen on it.
Yeah, Tigers have the ball.
And we'll get another look at it here on the Goliath Trailers instant replay. And just confusion all the way around. And just poor communication, poor execution in the backfield. And the Tigers recover the fumble. And
well, that's not how you want to come out of a timeout. You turn it over right on the doorsteps of the end zone. So head coach Drew Cowsey can't be too happy with that, as the whole Oak Grove's coaching staff's kind of standing there like, what just happened? So now we're back at Madison Central and Gulfport. Madison Central got a stop earlier, so they're still up 10-7, and they are closing in on midfield at their own 36-yard line.
For Taut Central, the officials are trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do. It looks like they have assessed the penalty from the end of the run back.
But
that's what it looks like.
It was second down and like 7. It's a 5-yard penalty. It was second and 7.
Well, now it's second down and 12. So Johnson throws to the far side to the 35-yard line up to the original line of scrimmage. Back to the 38. So it'll be third down and third down.
I'm just happy the game's on this side of the field so I don't have to watch the monitor. I feel like I've been sitting in my living room watching the game all night.
And a big tackle. That was a handoff to, I believe that was Bratcher on the carry. Hard to get a number.
It was Malachi Henderson on the stop, coming from back.
Side, one back in the backfield, shotgun for Johnson. And
penalty
flags. Looks like movement on Madison Central. Yeah, false start on the Jaguars.
That'll bring up third and about 15 for the Jags.
It's now 3rd and 15.
And we've got movement on the left tackle. I believe they're going to get Amari and Breland for a little movement.
Yeah, another advanced pet care penalty on the Tigers.
Looking to roll out to the near side. Still on his feet. Brings it down. It's got a little room. It's going to be hit after a gain of about 3 yards up to the 35-yard line.
Quarterback pressured and they're running around the right end. Brought down around the 35.
Johnson lost his headgear. Equipment check there. Madison and Clinton. Of course, those two locations of Davinia equipment for the equipment check.
Time running out here in the third quarter. Madison Central does not have to snap the ball. Play clock about 4 seconds ahead of the.
Waving towards the sideline to get the call in.
And still barking at the J sideline. And keeps doing it. So 6 minutes to play.
And we've got a whistle. Evidently, and it is indeed a safety. Warriors come up with a safety.
We've got a flag down here on the near sideline. I did not see what happened. There was no receiver or defensive player in the area. I don't know if we're going to be able to pick it up. Safety happened pretty quickly. The flag came out, it looks like, after the safety. But
so a combination of Jalen Owens and Malachi Henderson with the pressure on Vance. And Tigers give up a pair. And that'll make it.
Quarterback was down by contact before losing the ball. It is a safety in the end zone.
But got a lot of work to do here tonight as Wilkinson gets it away, and Wilkinson hits another beauty, kicks it away from Williams, takes a Charger bounce, rolls inside the 10, is still going, and they're going to down it at the 3-yard line.
Great punt there by Wilkinson, got a good Charger roll, and they kept it away from Williams. That's the main thing there, Don.
Yes. Well, that not only is that a big play, but it gives you a chance to flip the field. You got some field position advantage now that you're able to get Grenada backed up to the 3-yard line. 3:53 to go here in the third quarter. It's been an outstanding football game here tonight. The difference in the game right now is the field goal by Kavanaugh. It was a missed extra point by Grenada in this game. That is the reason they're only up by 2 instead of 3. 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line. Grenada going left to right. Charlie Fair, the quarterback, stands 2 yards deep in the end zone in the gun. Takes the snap. He hands it off, and there's a fumble in the end zone. It's rolling loose. Did the Chargers get it? Yes. Touchdown, OHS.
A good hit there by the defense, Don. I couldn't tell who got the hit on the back, but the ball fumbled away, and the Chargers recovered in the end zone.
So as that was happening over at Madison Central and Gulfport, Madison Central had a punt blocked. Gulfport returned it for a touchdown. So now Gulfport is up 13-10 on Madison Central. They're coming out for the point after. So a wild spot there. You hate when it's happening at the same time. Let's go there real quick to Madison Central and Gulfport to show that they're lining up for the extra points at the same exact time. Huge turn there for Gulfport as you love when you get a touchdown that way, and the offense doesn't have to do any of the work. So Gulfport 14, Madison Central 10. Meanwhile, Oxford now up 21-16. We got a little break in the action in both of these games now. So with that being said, let's go to JA and Prep. We just saw Prep on that replay score that touchdown at 17-0. Time winding down, now only just 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Slow to get up this time, Patriots. They'll have to stop the clock there. Gain of 5 on the play. Trying to see who that is. That might be
number 6, possibly.
Might be. Still can't get a good look. There's too many people around him. There's Rusty Burke. Of course,
we lost Wasani back here. It's like he went upstairs. Maybe it's a little cooler up there. I feel like Cool Hand Luke, a night in the box. There's 4 of us in here now. Rico, our boy Rico Mark, behind us doing a good job. Pushing all the right buttons tonight. We appreciate Rico every week. Keeping us straight, because I have not been straight today.
Legend. Maddox to put it in the air on first down, looking for a wide open Damari Jefferson just beyond his outstretched hand. Damari again had a couple of steps on the corner for Hattiesburg, and that could have been another Warrior Tire touchdown. That one just a little too far from Jefferson streaking down the field, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now after the incompletion.
There comes Wasani coming up the stairs there, maybe a little bathroom break. Maybe stop by the concession stand to eat something real quick.
No doubt it's cooler outside than it is in here.
As he points up to us. Wasani, our other guy besides Rico that keeps us straight. It takes a village, folks.
Maddox looking to put in the air, steps up in the pocket, and that one just thankful wasn't picked off. Underthrown by Maddox as he was riding the pocket upward, stepped up and threw that one for the intended receiver, P.J. Woodland, but that one about a yard underthrown, and luckily for Maddox and the Warriors, that one it just falls incomplete. Should have been picked off, so that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now. Warriors trying to take advantage of this field position, open it up and extend this 18-6 lead on the Resteel Express scoreboard. Have gone for a couple of home runs and back-to-back plays. We'll see if they do it again here on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, just Maddox has been off the mark the last 2.
Maddox now again climbing the pocket, steps up into this throw, looking for P.J. Woodland, and he's got him! Warrior Tire touchdown! Maddox to Woodland one more time tonight, and that's a Warrior Tire touchdown.
Well, Card just.
All right, how about this throw from A.J. Maddox? A laser beam for a touchdown for Oak Grove. Oak Grove team is loaded. 5 guys with Division I offers, including A.J. Maddox. He's a 3-star player, and he's committed to Texas A&M. We're going to hang out in a double box now. We got 2 really good games going on right now between Grenada and Oxford and Madison Central and Gulfport. We can only pick one audio, so we will pick Madison Central for now. But we'll hang out in the double box and keep you posted on Oak Grove and Hattiesburg. Oak Grove flexing its muscles there in the 3rd quarter.
It's off. Again to Singleton across the far side. He's got some room. Across the 50 to the 45-yard line. That'll be enough for a bank plus first down again.
So Singleton on consecutive carries picks up a first down and a couple of chunks of yardage, gets it into plus territory.
Check that. That's Marvion Jackson. That's
Marvion Jackson. Both running backs toting a load.
2 gears for the car that need to run, and they both interchange pretty well. Jaden Johnson waiting for the snap. Takes it. Looks down the middle of the field. It's going to be incomplete. Way overthrows his intended receiver. Another post pattern. Ball falls incomplete. 11-11 left in the ball game here in the Southern Ag Credit 4th quarter. 14-10 your score. The Jaguars trailing Gulfport Admirals. Jags were in control of the ball game until a block punt was recovered by Gulfport just moments ago for the score. 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. Handoff is to the running back for the Jags. Going to be hit.
Running back takes it to the right side. Was met by number 15.
Picked up maybe a yard on the play.
That's Marvion Jackson.
I'll be on the 44 in plus territory, but Jags facing a race crossing 3rd down, a 3rd down and 9.
Singleton back in the game, 3rd and 9. 2 receivers to the near side, ball on the far hash, moving right to left. Gulfport coach yelling out signals on the far side to his defense. 4-man defensive front.
A.J. Parker dives. He is in for 6. Jackson Academy touchdown. A.J. Parker. The 3:11 mark. The Raiders are on the board.
All right, so J.A. gets a touchdown. They're running out of time, but they're still in this one. It's 17-6. Meanwhile, Madison Central just gets a big pass play downfield. Now they're trying to get into the end zone. There's a good run down to the 4. And we are also keeping an eye on Grenada and Oxford. Grenada's about to run a play. Let's see if we can get there before Madison Central runs another one. Back to the double box. Grenada, the pass over the middle, and it was right through his hands. Oh, and they knew it. It just makes you sick when those kind of things happen. So we're back in the double backs. Let's just jump full to Madison Central and Gulfport. Madison Central just can't get in. Let's see if we can just bounce in between instead of going to the double box right now. It looks like we've got a good break. And in that Grenada game, it was a 4th down. It was a turnover on downs because the Oxford offense is coming back on the field. So a missed opportunity for Grenada, but still 2:08 left in the third quarter. So there's a long way to go between Grenada and Oxford. Oxford up 21-16. Let's listen in now on Madison Central and Gulfport.
Shotgun formation. Johnson hands off to Singleton. Singleton's going to lower his head right at the goal line into the end zone for the touchdown. The Brick City Drug touchdown by Singleton. The Jags take the lead back.
Nice answer by the Jags. As they drove it downfield, a lot of it on the ground, most of it on the ground. Jack Richardson to check in for the all-important extra point.
Looks like there's a problem with the
needed another player on the field, but
well, there was a problem with the gloves that the holder was having. So Delaney's coming in to hold the extra point.
The play clock has just started, so plenty of time there. No need to rush.
Good snap, good placement. It's up, it's good. 8:57 to go in the ball game here in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter, 17-4.
Chains moving. 1st and 10 now for Hattiesburg at their own 45-yard line. Give again to Jones, and he is swallowed up by Caleb Moore.
Jones runs behind those pads well, Carr. He gets low to the ground and gets a head of steam going. And you're right, Carr. He runs angry.
Second and 6 now for the Tigers. Give to Jones. Check that. In and out of the belly is Vance right at the mesh point. Good play action fake by Vance, fooling not only several Warriors but us as well as he picks up another first down. So good running by Deuce Vance as the Chains keep on moving. And Hattiesburg is trying to get something going here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Good tackle by Pinkston.
And it looks like we've got a Hattiesburg medical.
All right, so we got a player down on the field at Oak Grove and Hattiesburg. Meanwhile, J.A. got the onside kick. Now taking a shot downfield, and that pass is caught. Raiders not done yet. They got plenty of time as well. So 17-7, let's go to Brian Eubank on the Raider Network.
Jay going quickly up to the line. Ball sitting at the 12 of Jackson Prep. A gain of 38 yards. And on 1st and 10, Matheson rolls to his right, looks underneath, and tries to get it to Robertson, just in and out of his hands. 2nd down and 10.
Jay, saving those 3 timeouts really might come in handy.
Well, they've only got 2, actually. Our screen is, the scoreboard says 2, because I believe both teams called one in the 3rd quarter.
Gotcha.
The main scoreboard, I believe, is the one that they're going to default to, has 2 out there. Matheson. But A.J. Parker for protection. Fires to the end zone. Was there some holding there? No, on Major Quinn. And it will go as 3rd and 10 intended for John Thomas.
Wow. Looked like a hold to me.
We'll get a good look at it right here. Yeah,
yep, pulled his jersey.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's part of the game. I've made plenty of mistakes myself tonight. I'm glad nobody's pointing them out. 2:30 to play. There's our student section cam tonight, our selfie student section cam. As Carter Matheson looks to convert here on third down. Has to roll to his right, maybe throw back across to DJ. Now we'll lob one up into the end zone. Up and over the outstretched arms of Bo Barber. 4th and 10. Do you go for the field goal here? Because you got to have points and then get the ball back again, and I think that's what Jay's going to do.
I agree. I think you have to take the field goal, get the points.
Jay's got to score 2 more times. I mean, Barber climbed the ladder on that one, trying to get to it. J.A. has watched a prep timeout be called now. And
all right, so J.A. and Prep are taking a timeout. Prep is the team taking the timeout. We're going to look at Madison Central, Gulfport, and Oxford Grenada right now. Grenada with the football. Also keeping our eye on Hattiesburg and Oak Grove. Hattiesburg is driving, and they're down at now the Oak Grove 25-yard line. So we'll keep our eye on that, but we'll hang out right here with Madison Central and Gulfport and Oxford and Grenada.
Pass intended for number 12 is out of bounds. It is now 3rd and 5 for Grenada.
All right, and just for reference, we are listening to Oxford and Grenada in this double play.
As Tavares Wade adds 6.
Again, Warriors with a couple of shots.
All right, so Hattiesburg gets a touchdown. Hattiesburg led by 11th year head coach Tony Vance. They're now down 25-12. When he was hired, he was the 4th coach in 4 seasons at Hattiesburg. Interesting note from Rick Cleveland in Mississippi Today, 12th of 13 children. He grew up in Tippo. A very heartwarming story from Coach Vance. He was a kidney donor for his mother, which ended his playing football career. And he told Rick Cleveland in 2018 that it was an easy decision and a definitely selfless decision that he made for his mother. So Hattiesburg had the 2-point conversion. They converted it, so it's 25-14. They're in the 4th quarter. Let's hang out now with Madison Central and Gulfport, as Gulfport is knocking on the door of the end zone 6 minutes ago in the 4th quarter.
On the carry, Desmond Smith. 2nd and 3 for the Admirals. Get the first down about the half-yard line. Smith with the keeper. Down to the 1. Or half-yard line.
Bring up 3rd and very short for the Admirals.
3rd and short for the Admirals. Clock rolls, 3:29 and counting. 17-14 your score, Madison Central on top of Gulfport, but Gulfport has 3rd and very short right at the 1. Williams takes the snap, jumps into the end zone for the touchdown. You don't have to fall far if you're 6'5", and he didn't. So.
All right, so J.A. was able to get a field goal on their last drive. Now they got to get a stop of Prep as Gulfport is now taking a 20-17 lead on Madison Central. J.A. has 2 timeouts left. Also, we've got Grenada threatening in Oxford. Let's see if we can get that one up as they sort out the flag here. And Grenada around the edge, and it looks like they got a first down for sure as the 4th quarter just started there in Oxford. 21-16, home team in that one. So we're still waiting on the penalty situation at Prep. Jay, not out of it, but they're going to need to stop. And if they do get the ball back, there's not going to be a lot of time left on the clock, considering they only have 2 timeouts. So when they get that next play going, we'll go to it. But right now we're going to stay with Grenada.
Going to throw it. Fair goes to the corner. It's a corner route. Incomplete. He tried to hit Barnes. Pretty good coverage. That would have taken a perfect pass to drop it in there at the back pylon. And it was over the head of Barnes. Incomplete.
His own end zone. Under center again. Just looking to push this pile forward maybe. Womack on the counter. Gets hit by Maddox Greer. Maybe gets it out to about the 8-yard line.
Used to be a downhill running team under Coach Ashley Cohen. Back to throw. Slant in the end zone. Incomplete through the hands of Cotton. Cotton was there, the big receiver, but it was broken up at the last minute. Now there's an injured player in the end zone for the Chargers. The defender who broke it up is down.
It's been a couple of drop passes that have been good thrown, good balls that have been.
Marvion Jackson on the return. So Jags will have pretty good field position with 4:58.
Again, nice job by Wheelis going to high point that football. Maybe a little helmet sticker for that young man, doing a nice job.
3 in a row.
3 in a row. Good job by the senior Reagan Willis. So back to that scoreboard. Madison Central now has reclaimed the lead over the Admirals of Gulfport. That one a 17-14 game in the 4th. Pearl leading Brookhaven 27-20, and Brandon now up over Clinton decidingly 31-10. Starkville leading Meridian 28-21, and Columbia all over
this series.
Aim to the right of Fair, the quarterback. They pitch it to Taylor, but they're going to blow it dead.
Yeah, I think Grenada got a timeout before they snapped the ball, so they will give them the timeout with 11:40 left here in the game.
We're going to keep it here. There's a big play coming up, 2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line. So another big test for this defense. They've come up big so many times here tonight. They have not given up a touchdown. The defense hasn't here.
Johnson will send 2 receivers to the near side. He'll be under pressure, trying to get away. Looks like he'll throw it away, and it looks going to be close to being intercepted.
He dropped it.
He dropped it.
Penalty flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
Looks like an area of holding against Madison Central. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll mark it back to the 25, holding on the Jags.
Mark it off from the spot.
That's what they're
3rd and goal from the 6.
3rd and goal. I didn't realize that. Yeah, 2 incomplete passes. Yep. That's right. 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line. And they're going to run a little end around. He needs 1 block to get there, and he got it. And it's a touchdown, Grenada. Curry on an end around got the block he needed from one of his receivers on the outside. There was only 1 man between he and the end zone, and Curry's in there for a 6-yard run.
Yeah, big play there, 22-21 now. Let's see if Grenada will go for 2 and try to make it a 3-point game with 11:34 left here in the 4th quarter, and it looks like they will go for 2 here.
Yeah, you got to do it here. Try to get this game to a 3-point game where a field goal could only tie you. So their offense stays on the field. 22-21 Grenada as Fair looks over at his offensive coordinator. A lot of these guys, veteran coaches on this staff, not just Michael Fair. Here's the quarterback. Fair throws, and it's good. 2-point conversion to Barnes is good, and Grenada does indeed get that field goal lead here on an impressive touchdown drive with 11:34 left to play in the football game. Grenada 24, Oxford 21. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with a kickoff right after this.
The Sticks, 4:22 to go in the Southern Ag Credit 4th quarter. Gulfport 21, Madison Central 17. Bob Sullender along with Baxter Strain. Rhino back at Super Talk Central. Jaden Johnson will send 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back in the backfield here at Milner Stadium in Gulfport, Mississippi. Shotgun for Johnson. Johnson hands off the back of the backfield across the 45. down to the 40.
Singleton that time. Gulfport brought the linebackers, expecting a pass. I guess that's what they were expecting. But Singleton blew past them, and they clear sailing deep into that defensive backfield.
Three-man defensive front. Linebacker teeing up for the Admirals. Jaden Johnson drops back. Under pressure. He's going to get rid of it. It's going to be sail out of bounds. He was outside the tackle box, though, so 2nd and 10 from there.
Management tonight, but Oak Grove will take it. Give to Champaign here on 3rd and 10. Or check that.
We'll have A.J. Parker behind him. Amarian Ellis still on the bench, suffering from injury tonight, has not been back. Matheson looks downfield, pressure comes. He fires it to Bristol Robertson, but overshoots his target, and he just didn't get rid of that in time.
Right, the pressure was about to knock it out of his hand.
That takes off 6 seconds on the clock.
I do think you see a lot of hands on hips with the prep defenders. They are tired from what they've played a lot in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Tommy, they've been on the field a bunch this 4th quarter, haven't they?
They have, guys. And of course, the thing is, you don't have to take vertical shots every play here. I mean, you can still throw the ball to the middle of the field because you've got almost a minute left of regulation.
And first down, stop the clock in high school football. Matheson has an empty backfield. Which direction will he go? Looks to the left side, underneath, and it is incomplete. And that's probably a good thing because he would have been in bounds. It's now 3rd down and 10. And the clock holds at 49 seconds. So now 3rd down decision time. Do you try to get a first down here or just get 7 or 8, maybe make a 4th down decision because you know you're going for it on 4 down territory? You've got you've got Matheson still in there with DJ Watkins behind him. Watkins provides protection. Matheson's got to get rid of it. Almost hit as he throws. It's thrown underneath, and we got all kinds of contact downfield. No flag flies. Did they just get their feet tangled is the question. Thomas, the intended target, Major Quinn in coverage.
That was a tough no call. It sure looked like there was some contact there, but
would have given the Raiders a first down by yardage. Play clock down to 29 seconds. Jay cannot stop the clock here. They got to get rolling, and this is your ball game. Crowds on both sides come to their feet here at the Brickyard. Carter Matheson, can he get the first down for Jay? Keep the game alive. Here comes the pressure. Too much, and he fumbles the football, and Jackson Prep recovers, and that will put an end to this 58th edition of JA versus Prep. But what a hard-fought 4th quarter by your Jackson Academy Raiders.
So regardless of who recovers that fumble, that game is as good as over. Jackson Prep is going to win 17-10 to improve to 4-0 on the season. They got Parkland Academy next week at home. Meanwhile, JA is going to Lamar School in Meridian. They fall to 4-1. Over at Madison Central and Gulfport up 21-17, but Madison Central is moving the ball inside Gulfport territory. Looks like they're at the Gulfport 35.
Heaves it over the far side. It's going to be incomplete. Both players jockeying for the football.
I think if they'd have thrown a flag, it could have gone either way that time.
They'll make it 2nd and 20 for Jaguars.
Yeah, 2nd and 20 for the Jags now. Intended receiver is Micah Jones for the Jags.
It was a good no call by the official that time. Let's credit them with a good judgment call. Not throwing a penalty flag either way on that one.
Gulfport 21-17. Trip receivers to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Maybe a gain of a couple yards. That's about it.
Back up the middle, stop by number 22, Andre Peters.
That brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and 18 for the Jags. 2:26 and counting to go. The Southern Ag Credit 4th quarter. Jags looking for the play. Crowds on both sides standing up.
10 seconds on the play clock.
Trip receivers to the near side. Johnson awaiting the snap. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looks over the middle. It's going to be incomplete at the goal line. Had his receiver, but it looked like he was just a little late delivering the ball.
He was, and
so now it's
another
fourth down.
Two defenders right there.
Let's see what the Jags are going to do. 4th and 18. Only 1:54 left to go in the ball game here in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. Madison Central trails Gulfport 21-17. Looks like Madison Central's going to take a timeout. Trustmark timeout by the Jags. Gulfport 21, Madison Central 17, 1:54 to go in this ball game. The Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. We'll take one as well here on the MC Big Blue Network. Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.
You just checked your balance, paid bills online, deposited a check with your phone.
Hattiesburg 17 in the first half.
Well, Elk Grove's ran 20 plays in the second half, and Hattiesburg's ran 20.
Okay, so more even.
Right.
All right, we'll toss that theory out.
What was that point you were making?
Well, that was just a Julie Robertson Remax agent stat.
Yes,
so
exactly was.
Moving on. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm up here in the booth sweating to death with you idiots.
It's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks. Vance to put it in the air on first down.
It feels like they've had more plays. How about that?
All I know is it feels like it's 140 in here. I'm sandwiched between you two, and then Rico's behind me. There's a lot of hot air coming out around here.
That's enough of a weight joke there,
About the 14 and a half for the first. 1:54 in the ball game. Jags trail 21-17. Gulfport on top of the Jaguars. It's 4th and 19. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 back in the backfield for Johnson. 3-man defensive front. Johnson drops back. He's going to have some room. Face mask penalty. Kincaid fine clothing penalty there. Johnson still on his feet.
This one through, and Grenada has extended the lead. 9:58 to go in the football game. Grenada 31, Oxford 21. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Their sideline looked like he got his face mask raked again at that point. So let's see.
Okay, real quick, with an injured player down, let's go to a word from performance therapy.
Hey, I'm Courtney Turner. I am the director at our Canton location. Here at our Canton location, we offer quite a few subspecialties. We have physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, and all of our disciplines see adults and pediatrics. So some of our specialties include LSVT for Parkinson's patients. We have LSVT loud and LSVT big. We also offer services in pelvic floor physical therapy and dry needling. We see diagnoses ranging from athletic injuries to post-op patients to geriatrics, fall prevention, balance, and a wide range of neurological disorders. Here at our Canton Clinic, we are very involved in our community. We love to go to sporting events, go to local community outreach activities, and we also love to go help churches with their exercise programs and educational and services for local support groups. We like to say when you come here as a patient, you become part of our family, and I feel like that's very true here at our clinic. If you are in the Canton area, you can reach out directly to our Canton location, or if you are somewhere else in the state, feel free to contact any of our other 14 locations. We are performance therapy, comprehensive care, hands-on treatment.
In a performance therapy, Madison Central got a face mask penalty from Gulfport, so that 4th and 18, automatic first down. So Madison Central now inside the Gulfport 10 with a chance to take back the lead. They're down 21-17.
1:21 in county. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Johnson hands off to Singleton again. Singleton lowers his head. Penalty flag on the play. down to the 6-yard line. 1:09 left to go here in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. Let's see what the penalty flag is. Looks like it's going to be a Kincaid Fine Clothing penalty flag, and it's going to be another face mask against Gulfport.
They half the distance to go, so it'll be inside the 5-yard line.
Yep, it's going to be first and goal for the Jags with 1:09 left to go in the ball game. Ball is going to be placed just shy of the 3-yard line. The tip of it right at the 3. Now they're going to move it back to the 4. But it'll be first and goal from the 4-yard line. Singleton is the back in the backfield behind Johnson. Or second down.
Can still get a first down.
There's the snap. It looks like there's some movement.
Timeout.
There's a timeout on the field. 1:03 to go here. We'll keep it right here. 21-17 your score.
Nada. They're going to put the ball down at the 44, so it'll be no gain that time for Mitchell Grandjean. Injured player down for Grenada. It's 3rd and 9 upcoming with 8:32 to go. Grenada
going to put the Warriors behind the sticks. 2nd and about 12, 3:41 and counting here in the Keith and Livermore Insurance fourth quarter.
Second and 12 now. Taji Burkett going to motion in the backfield. Give to Burkett around the right side, following the block of Champagne. Loses the football, but that one's going to fall out of bounds, thankfully for Oak Grove. Again, could have been tragedy, but again, thankfully for Burkett and the Warriors, ball goes out of bounds. Taji's going to pick up around 10 or 11 yards, just shy of the first down. Make it 3rd and 1.
Of the Admirals in the Pullman window and door red zone. Johnson takes the snap. Or is that Singleton? He's going to take it himself and falls backwards into the end zone for the Brick City Drugs touchdown.
4-yard touchdown run by Glenn Singleton.
An indication from our white hat Tracy Montague, a false start. And again, back to my theory, every time that Burkett has gone in motion in that same look, for some reason, Oak Grove has been called for illegal motion. So we'll back it up. Yeah, what was a very manageable 3rd and 1 is now 3rd and.
All right, so Madison Central went for 2. No, here's the touchdown. They did go for 2, or I think there was a muffed snap for the extra point. So it's 23-21. Madison Central only up by 2. So Gulfport can go down and kick a field goal to win. Drama unfolding here on Mississippi Scoreboard Friday Night Live, presented by Performance Therapy. We're going to watch the kickoff. Also keep an eye on Oak Grove and Hattiesburg as Oak Grove is trying to ice that one. Meanwhile, Grenada has the ball back against Oxford. They're still up 31-21 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in that ball game. So lots coming down to the wire here tonight. Let's stay here with Madison Central and Gulfport.
A 21-yard field goal.
Madison Central will be kicking off from right to left. 58 seconds left to go here in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. CAI Autoplex missed the extra point, so gonna put a boot in it. Gonna be fielded around the 3-yard line and up the near side for the Admirals. That's Cottingham to the 25-yard line. 51 seconds left. That's what the Admirals will have to do to try to get in field goal range or try to score a touchdown to win this ball game.
Looked like that the ball, Cottingham was seeing if it would go out of bounds. It did not. he had no choice to pick it up as the forward momentum had just about stopped. But picked it up about the 2 and returned it out to the 24. One timeout remaining for Gulfport.
Williams will send 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. 3-man defensive front for the Jags. Williams waiting the snap. Play action. Drops back. Throws. Has his receiver around the 35-yard line. Be enough for a first down. With 43 seconds left, they'll stop the clocks to reset the chains. Then they'll roll it from the 35. Under 40 seconds left. Williams takes the snap. Looks to the near side. He's got a wide open receiver. Incomplete. Wow. Number 14 for the Admirals, Bishop Magruder, just dropped the football around the 43-yard line.
Stops the clock with 32 seconds left. Second down and 10.
Second down and 10 from the Admiral 35-yard line. Madison Central 23, Gulfport 21. Ball on the far hash. Williams throws to the far side, has a receiver wide open at the 40. At the 45, steps out of bounds. Going to mark him all the way up at the 50-yard line with 26 seconds left in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. Enough for a first down for the Admirals. Jags up 23-21. Williams for the Admirals takes the snap. Throws to the far side.
Looked like the ball was tipped.
Yep. Incomplete. Second down and 10, 23 seconds left to go in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. Gulfport has the ball right at midfield. Second and 10, trailing 23-21. The Jags have 3-man defensive front. Man in motion to the far side. Williams, the Admiral quarterback, waits for the snap. Drops back. Looks to the near side for a receiver. Incomplete around the 10-yard line. Intended for number 10. That's Dominic Hill. Marquise Williams over there.
Marquise was had inside position. Step for step with the receiver.
Third and 10, 17 seconds left to go in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. The Madison Central faithful on this side of the field, all on their feet. Williams will send 2 receivers for the Admirals to the near side, 2 to the far, man in motion to the near side as well. Williams just going to run, quarterback keeper. He's going to be hit and stopped short of the first down.
Clock will run.
The clock will run, 10 seconds.
Why did they stop the clock?
There is a timeout on the field by the Admirals. They'll stop it.
That's why they stopped it.
With 10 seconds.
That'll be their final timeout.
And it'll be fourth down and about 2 to go from the 42-yard line. So they'll need the 40-yard line for the first. We've had a couple good ball games this year already, huh?
Yeah.
On the right.
Oh, yeah.
You okay over here, Bax?
No.
You good?
I'm not.
You're not?
Uh-uh.
All right, just a little reset. Madison Central 23, Gulfport 21. 10 seconds left to go here in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter from Milner Stadium in Gulfport, Mississippi. Gulfport has the ball, but 4th and 2 from the Jags' 42-yard line. Ball's on the far hash. Shotgun formation for Williams and the Admirals. Williams takes the snap, drops back, throws over the far side. Incomplete. With 4 seconds left, and the Jags will take over. A bank plus first down for the Jaguars.
Unless there's a penalty on the play somewhere.
Four seconds left here in the Southern Ag Credit fourth quarter. And Madison Central looks to have gone down here to Gulfport, Milner Stadium to win this ball game. 23-21 with 4 seconds left.
All right, so Madison Central look like they're going to win their second nail-biter of the year. If you remember in week 1, you saw right here on Mississippi Scoreboard Friday Night Live presented by Performance Therapy, the Jaguars got a game-winning field goal in their season opener against Ocean Springs to win 15-14. So we got 2 more games in action, but before we go to those, we're going to take a quick break for a word from Performance Therapy.
My name's Lauren Freeman. I'm the clinical director and a physical therapist here at Performance Therapy in Raymond. Here in Raymond, we see a wide variety of patients, anywhere from sports injuries and injury preventions to patients that are recovering from total joint replacements and any wide variety of surgeries. We see patients that are needing help with balance and general strengthening for fall prevention. We see patients that have back pain, neck pain with radicular symptoms. We have a therapist that is experienced in vestibular-related conditions and vertigo. We have therapists that are certified in dry needling, BFR, and LSVT-B. Here in Raymond, each patient has an individualized and specific program just for them. We are very hands-on. We are family-oriented, and we like to be involved in our community and support our local schools with the assistance of our athletic trainer. If you're in the Raymond area, you can contact us at our local clinic, or you can reach out to any of our 14 locations statewide. We'll be happy to help. We are Performance Therapy, comprehensive care, hands-on treatment, proven results.
All right, so Madison Central in the handshake line with Gulfport. We just saw that game go final, 23-21 Madison Central. The Jaguars are 3-0 on the year, and they are going to go to Northwest Rankin next week. Meanwhile, Gulfport suffers its first loss in their first year with head coach Blake Pennick. They are now 2-1. They are going to host Picayune next week. That's going to be a tough one. So what do we have left tonight? We have Oxford and Grenada, and we have Oak Grove and Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg down 32-14, and they're trying to punt, and it is not going well, and Oak Grove just recovered a bad snap on the punt. So as you'll see right here on the replay. And then meanwhile, Grenada, with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, has a 31-21 lead with 4:20 left in the ball game, 4th and 5, and it looks like Grenada is about to punt. So let's hang with these 2 games. Let's go to Grenada and Oxford for the punt. These will be our final 2 games of the night.
Clock is not running, but he will wait a while, take it, and he hits a high floater. Blunt's going to muff it. It's rolling loose. Somebody's got to recover it, and Grenada, I think, fell on it.
I do too. Don Blunt kind of hesitated before he went to pick up that ball, and he muffed it on the run, and Grenada did get the ball, and it will be 1st and 10 Grenada at the 25-yard line of Oxford.
4th turnover tonight by the Chargers. Grenada can smell it now as they are heading to the sideline. And this may be the biggest win for this program in a while.
Couldn't agree more.
And it's going to be 1st down at the Oxford 25-yard line. They can run some more clock, excuse me. Be sure to stay with us on the Mechanics Bank post-game show, where Mechanics Bank helping you live your best life over 130 years. Be sure to bank with your local folks at Mechanics Bank. Locations on University Avenue and also Jackson Avenue, as well as inside of Cash Saver, and also the main branch down in Water Valley. That's Mechanics Bank and Bank First in Oxford and Water Valley.
All right, so Oak Grove in victory formation. Oak Grove looks like they're about to take home a 32-14 victory over Hattiesburg, and the Warriors are going to improve to wrong schedule. There we go. 3-0. They've got MRA at home next week. Meanwhile, Hattiesburg is going to fall to 1-2. It is a 5th straight win in the series for the Oak Grove Warriors. Let's go back now to Grenada and Oxford. Grenada up 10, had that fumbled punt. Now they're trying to really put this one away with just over 3 minutes to go in this ball game.
To Pritchard. And Pritchard is going to get it down to the 21-yard line, pick up about 6 on the 5 on the play.
And that'll put us right at the 3-minute mark.
So 3rd down and 6 at the Oxford 21. Here's the snap. Going to give it to Pritchard again, and Pritchard is going to be knocked off his feet at about the 18-yard line. Picks up 3. Timeout taken by the Chargers. Going to bring up 4th down and 3. 3-yard gain that time for Pritchard, who has quietly put together 83 yards on the ground tonight. Of course, he had that 40.
All right, so while we're in timeout between Oxford and Grenada, Grenada looks like they're about to end an 8-game losing streak to Oxford. And Grenada is one of those teams that did not move up. Remember, now we're in 7 classifications in Mississippi. Grenada was in 6A. They're staying in 6A. And their head coach, James Kuhn, had something interesting to say to the Clarion Ledger about reclassification, because there was a movement for it with some other schools. And he said, quote, "I think the purpose of classification is to keep schools in a fairly even playing field as far as numbers. The discrepancy between the top and the bottom in 6A just became too much." But at the same time, they're handling Oxford tonight, who's in 7A, Region 1 with South Haven, DeSoto Central, Hernando, Horn Lake, and Lewisburg. Either way, game not over yet. They're back out of their timeout, so let's get back down there. 10-point lead, a 4th and 4. Grenada is going for it.
Grenada has entered the endurance physical therapy red zone. Pritchard over the right shoulder, and now a timeout is taken. Grenada's going to burn a timeout, so they may change their mind now. I'm not sure, but unless it is.
All right. Well, that was quick. Now we're back. Let's run through some scores from some of the games that we featured tonight. Actually, all the games that we featured. We saw Clinton and Brandon. We saw Brandon get a touchdown in the 4th quarter, make it 31-10, and that was your final. Brandon beat Clinton 31-10. Holmes County Central. We watched a very long drive from Holmes County Central, and without a touchdown, but they scored a lot of touchdowns. 59-27 was the final over Canton Academy. Then you've got Warren Central and Germantown. Warren Central won 21-3. Just saw Madison Central and Gulfport finish. It's 23-21 Madison Central. Oak Grove just beat Hattiesburg like you saw, 32-14. We were hoping for Starkville. Feed wasn't working. They beat Meridian on the road 42-21. Starkville is now 3-0 on the year. We saw Tupelo do what they do best, score points, not give up points. They won 40-0 over Hernando. Tupelo has only given up 7 points this season. And then Jackson Prep hung on against Jackson Academy 17-10. The Jackson Prep Patriots stay undefeated. Jackson Academy has its first loss of the year. And Grenada just went for it on 4th down. Let's go to the action, and it looks like it is going to be a turnover on downs. So I hate to cut away from a game that is kind of close, but out of respect to the good people at Oxford, since it's the only game left, it's come down to the wire, we're going to let Oxford have the feed on their own, so we're going to take it off for the night. So if you want to check out the end of that game, you can find the Oxford stream just by doing a quick Google search. So that is going to conclude our coverage for this Friday night of Mississippi High School football on Mississippi Scoreboard Friday Night Live, presented by Performance Therapy. Thank you to the good folks at the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum here in Jackson for letting us host the show here, and we hope to see you next week. I'm TJ Werre. Have a great night.